need to reply to that email chain. Try to do it on here. Oh, I can't. It's too slow. Reply all. Can't send an email. Holy cow. Okay, should be going.
We are ready to start the soccer game.
Cable.
Yeah, I know.
Cable.
Yeah, I know. Oh, internet crashed again. Now we're back.
Can we just record onto YouTube?
You can record it and post it to YouTube. I don't know if my computer will be able to handle recording and streaming at the same time, but okay. We're recording anyway.
All right, it looks like we are back, sort of. Thank you all for joining again. We're having some connectivity challenges, and as is common with the first try of the season, and naturally I forgot to bring an Ethernet cable, a long Ethernet cable that we could string over to the other side of the booth. So we are off, and look, Kitsap wins the kickoff. Or Crossfield pass to Hudson Moore, who is back playing from his season playing basketball. Skyline again on the offense. They are on the north side of the field, and Kitsap is on the south side. Weather could be a factor here. But as in any outdoor sport, especially in the Pacific Northwest, you could get rain 1 second and sun the next. So right now we're experiencing some sun, but it's been rainy and a little bit breezy most of the morning. Didn't in fact impact the JV game much. However, Kitsap controlling the ball.
Skyline's got it now.
Intercepted by Williams. Roberts. Skyline tries to block it, but it's poked out by Kitsap. Number 13, William Mosley, senior, on the Vikings. North Kitsap Vikings. Ball brought in by Sanis. I don't have number 12 on my roster, but number 12 is on the Viking team. Ball is poked into the Viking zone, and the goalie picks it up. He'll hand it off to Justin Anderson, the senior from North Kitsap. Kicks it upfield. And nice passing by Kitsap, but they lose control of it. Gavin Rogers had it and then lost control. And they actually get it back as the ball is kicked out by Shaw Roberts from Skyline. Looks like there might have been a foul on the Vikings. And Skyline will take over. Chen gives it over to Avramov, and who kicks it out and turns it over to the Vikings, who will take possession in their side of the field. Ball is kicked around in the air. Still poking around in the air. Right around midfield. Finally picked up by McKenna, who dumps it off, and that ball is over to the sideline, poked out by Sanis. Back to McKenna, who kicks it deep, and that looks like it might have gone out. It overshot. Who's out there? Austin Shepard, the midfielder. So the Vikings will take over on their side, kick it down across field, and that's kicked out by Samuel Avmarov. I want to make sure I type that in correctly. Avramov. Sorry, I was in a hurry trying to get the roster set up, and I mistyped. Skyline with the ball, pokes it in. They poke it in deep. Tyler Williams pokes it in, and it is picked up by the goalie for Kitsap, who kicks it out to midfield. The ball is caught and then eventually ends up in Logan Anderson's area, and they kick it in deep. Gavin Rogers is not able to catch up to it before Samuel Avmarov picks up and kicks it out. So be a side kick, or the ball will be brought in from the side by Kitsap deep in Skyline's territory. Avmarov, I'm fixing that. Sorry about that, folks. Ball is brought in deep in the left corner, and they try to keep it in, but it looks like it was out on a Skyline player, and there will be a corner kick. by number 7, Aaron Lopez. The offense is set up as the defense. Kick is up and in the center and misses out far. Ball is over in the corner, and possession was by Logan Anderson, who lost it and fell backward. Skyline gets the ball upfield, and they lose it out of bounds, still in Viking territory. Scary moment there, but the corner kick was a little bit higher than the offense was ready. Skyline gets the ball back in deep in their own territory. They kick it out. Looks like Hudson Moore just nailed it far, and now the ball is all the way to the Viking goalie, who gets it back upfield. Ball is poked around midfield, a little pushing and shoving. Nice pickup and poke away by Colin McKenna, who gets it upfield. No offsides called, but he's tripped by the goalie. No foul called. Skyline maintains the possession. I don't give. And someone is down for Skyline. Trying to see who that
I
is.
think it's Hudson, right?
Hudson's number 10. Number 17, James Cairns, who's slow getting up. And he was the one who was tripped up by the Vikings on the breakaway. Not sure why that wasn't called, but it looks like he was well ahead, and maybe there was an offsides. Not sure. But James Cairns is up and walking around, and Skyline will get the ball without. I don't think they're allowed to kick it into the goal, but the injury timeout was given to Skyline. While they had possession. So Jackie Chen will take possession, kicks it back as the defense for the Vikings is really pressing hard. James Cairns is back up playing very well. Colin McKenna dribbling around and loses the ball. My mistake, number 10 is Colin McKenna. So I'm getting used to names here and numbers. Skyline will take possession near midfield on their side of on the Viking side of the field. Shaw Roberts trying to get things going for Skyline, kicks it back to Sanis, and that is poked out by number 15, Logan Anderson, the junior on the Vikings squad. It looks like the ref is calling for a switch on an equipment thing, something. It's hard to tell what's happening. We don't have mics on the refs in soccer, at least at this point.
I think they're trading out 17.
So it looks like there's going to be a substitution. Maxwell Grenham will come in for Skyline, replacing James Cairns, who couldn't shake that injury off, it looks like. Skyline gets the ball in deep, just wide of onto the left of the Viking goal. Goalie picks up the ball and pokes it out on the right side, on the left side to number 13, William Mosley. Over the back kick by Shaw Roberts. Skyline is going to regroup their offense and get it back deep in their territory. Roberts back with the ball, and then that ball is actually stolen away by Harper Sabari of the Vikings, and the ball ends up being Skylines as the battle for who owns it went out of bounds on the Vikings. Senes brings it in for Skyline. Roberts gets it in and is poked out by, looks like it was poked out by someone on Skyline, and they're calling it Vikings ball. 10 minutes gone, 10 minutes gone in the game early in the first quarter still for both teams. Ball is poked in by Aiden Hueco on the Vikings, and the ball is kicked in deep of Skyline territory by Logan Anderson. No one's down there to pick up the pass, though, and so it goes to the Skyline goalie, Thomas Malloy. Thomas is getting a little bit of work here early as the ball is deep in Skyline territory, and they're still fighting for the ball in Skyline territory. It gets over to Ethan Peck, who gets a pass in down front to Aaron Lopez, who can't header it in, and that ball is knocked out and will be Skyline's ball on the turnover. No shots on goal for Kitsap, but they have threatened a couple of good times so far this game. Skyline hasn't seen a good shot at the goal yet. Battle for the ball on the far side of the field, and Skyline ends up with it. Samuel Avmarov throws it in, and the ball rolls all the way into the goalie of the Vikings, who looks like they're going to let him kick it out as there's no one back to help take the ball out, and that ball is curving out. Anderson. Look at Roberts get the ball away, and he pokes it in right ahead to Austin Shepard, who misses very wide. Nice open field pass by Roberts, trying to get it to Shepard. I think he might have let him a little bit too much on the right, and Shepard was not able to catch up. So Vikings will possess the ball. Goalie will pick it up, and it looks like they're going to have some defenders pick up the ball for the Vikings. And it looks like actually the goalie's going to kick it out. And he gets the ball all the way out to Logan. On the near sideline, Pepe de Luna loses it to Skyline, who throws it back in right away. Sanis gets the ball in, but that ball is kicked out by Skyline, and possession goes to the Vikings.
Looks like we're back.
Aaron Lopez kicks the ball in deep, and Thomas Malloy picks the ball up for Skyline. Caleb Trong kicks the ball out to midfield for Skyline, but the ball is still deep in the Skyline territory as they're still trying to set up an offense. The ball is kicked out, and the Vikings are able to get in front of the ball and take it, but that ball is stolen by Jackie Chen, and they're calling interference or some sort of push on Chen. Vikings will get a chance to get the ball in deep or centered, again deep in Skyline territory. Harper Sabari getting lined up. Sabari gets the ball, centers it, and it is headed out by Blake Seymour?
getting lined up. Sabari gets the ball, centers it.
Deep in Skyline's area, and the ball is passed in and headed straight out. And I believe that was Logan Anderson who headed the ball out. So Skyline will take, no, that's not Anderson, that is Pepe de Luna. So Skyline's goalie, Malloy, will kick the ball over to Trong, who gets the ball out deep. And the pass is missed, so the Vikings are able to pick up the ball. But then Austin Shepard is able to intercept the ball and get the ball out front and lead Maxwell Grenham, but he loses the ball out, and the Vikings will take over deep in their territory on the far side of the field. A bit of a delay, and the ball is thrown back in by the Vikings. Colin McKenna gets the ball, gets his foot on it. Then the ball is kicked in. Dangerous pass for the Vikings as Austin Shepard is there but can't convert. And that ball is poked out by Skyline. So the Vikings will take possession deep in their own territory and most likely get the ball out. Goalie is having his shoes worked on by a fellow teammate. That's great teamwork by the Vikings. Pretty cool. Aiden Waco passes the ball in. Aaron Lopez gets the ball out. And the ball is blocked twice. And Skyline is having trouble getting the ball out. And so the goalie ends up coming out of the net, Thomas Malloy, kicking the ball out before there's any trouble in front of the net. Vikings will get the ball deep in the Skyline territory again. Score is 0-0. We're about halfway through the first half. Still a little bit of rain falling. The wind is from the south. And a throw in on the sideline by the Vikings, number 24, Aiden Waco, who gets the ball in, and it's headed out in the center. Headed again. And Vikings still in control of the ball.
Not anymore.
Good hustle on the far end of the field. And we have a whistle. There's a whistle on the Vikings for some interference. Hudson Moore. Looks like there's a heavy wind now that's keeping the ball really hard if it's in the air to go really anywhere. Shot attempt by number 10, Pepe de Luna, is blocked. And it's blocked so far the Skyline's able to take it back and get it out into the Viking zone. Shepard takes it in, still got the ball, and he kicks it, and it is poked out by the Vikings. Skyline will get a throw in about halfway between midfield and the goal. Samuel Avmarov will throw the ball in for Skyline as he looks at the offense and the coach giving some directions over at the far end of the field. Colin McKenna out there. And the ball goes in deep on the throw, hoping to keep the ball in the center. Austin Shepard gets at it.
Colin McKenna.
Vikings may be called for a foul deep. And that will be a goal kick.
Colin McKenna out there. And the ball goes in deep on the throw. hoping to keep the ball in the center. Austin Shepard.
And Colin McKenna gets it in and converts. Nice kick by Colin. And the first score of the game is scored by Skyline 1-0 at about the 18-minute mark of the first half. And scores their first point of the season, of this season. I could say season 3 or 4 more times. What do you think about that? Season.
It's like refs talking to one of the players on Viking team.
Okay. Vikings get the ball deep in their territory and try to set up some offense, but lose the ball. Aditya Sanas is able to poke it back in deep to the Vikings territory. Maxwell Granum gets the ball in deep as well, but rolls past the forwards and into the Vikings goalie. And he will kick it out to midfield. And that is quickly picked up. Maxwell Granum gets it.
Gets pushed.
And he is pushed by the Vikings. Another chance. Vikings are looking for some help to get it upfield. Harper Sabari kicks the ball way down. Nobody's out there to receive the pass except the Skyline goalie, Malloy, and he will get the ball out to Moore, who starts the offensive side. Ball is back, kicked back in deep to Hudson Moore, and that one is intercepted by Harper Sabari. He has some help on the side. And
ball's back, kicked back in deep to Hudson Moore. And that one is intercepted by Harper Sabari. He has some help on the side.
So the defense for Skyline was to foul instead of getting a shot on goal. This will put the pressure on not only the Skyline goalie, and the shot is wide by Harper Sabari, wide and high. Golden opportunity.
And the shot is wide.
The first, not counting injury time, of course. Skyline gets the ball out. Mosley's there and gets the ball back in for Vikings, who are back deep on offense in Skyline's territory. Ethan Peck gets the ball out to midfield, but then Colin McKenna is out there. He gets the ball on the wide side to Eddie Nee, and kicked in. Maxwell Grenham was there, but the goalie was also there for the Vikings, who picked up the ball and stopped the offensive play. Vikings get the ball nearly out to midfield. Skyline again keeping the ball in the Viking territory, but the Vikings are able to get the ball out, and offsides on the Vikings, just a little bit too far out from Harper Sabari over to Ethan Peck. So Skyline will take over, and Hudson Moore looking at who he will get the ball to. except the ref hasn't given the go-ahead yet as he's talking to Tyler Williams. Hudson Moore gets the ball out to Grenham. Grenham's going at it. Grenham's got a lead, but he leads it a little bit too far to himself and turns the ball over. Vikings take over, and they are on the run. Good lead. Pepe DeLuna gets the ball on the right side, and he's able to set the ball up in the center. Kick is blocked by Skyline. Great chance at goal, and nice block by Jackie Chen. Skyline back on offense quickly. Shot on goal by Austin Shepard misses, but Skyline back quickly, even with 5 defenders down for the Vikings. Great offense on both sides now. We're seeing a lot of activity. Maxwell Grenham trying to do get some defenders fooled out and get the ball in. The ball is ended up poked out by the Vikings and ends up being a Skyline ball. Samuel Avmarov will throw in for Skyline. He throws it in deep, and shot by Williams hits the back of the net behind the net. Nice shot, but just over the crossbar, and a shot on goal by Tyler Williams. Had a good shot there. Vikings take over. Ball's out at midfield. Vikings still in control, and the ball is kicked in deep. Led nicely. But Vikings can't hold on to it. A battle out of the midfield, and the ball is kicked in deep. Poked away from Pepe DeLuna. Grenham is all over the field today, taking over for the injured Cairns, and shot by the Vikings. Just misses again. Same thing we saw on the other side of the field with Skyline. Over the net and into the retaining net behind. Skyline with possession. Actually, it's the Vikings' possession. They bring the ball in quickly. And they're able to get the ball out to Austin Shepard, who's pushed in the back, but no foul. And Vikings choose to poke the ball into the goalie, which is dangerous. Eddie Nee gets the ball in deep and a little bit too hard, and the ball is out on him. But good idea just to try to get the ball and keep it in deep Viking territory. Viking goalie Andrew Knott. I believe that's Andrew Knott. He doesn't have a number. I'm guessing that their number is 0, or that he is a goalie. I don't actually have an idea. We didn't get a position lineup roster for the Vikings, so I only have one position that I know of, and that's one of the midfielders. The rest of them are unclear, including the goalie. Vikings with possession, getting the ball up midfield, setting up some offense. Vittorio Sacchero gets the ball down, leading Harper Sabari nicely, and Sabari and Hudson Moore down deep. Moore pokes it out, but that will be a corner kick opportunity for the Vikings. Number 11, Ethan Peck, with a chance to center the ball. He gets the ball in, the ball's headed out, and Skyline is able to get the ball out, fighting for the ball, and getting a shin rocked was Eddie Nee. Heck of a collision out there. Gets down, but the ball is poked out by the Vikings. Skyline gets the ball back quickly in their own territory, but the Vikings get the ball also back. Grenham all over the field again for Skyline. Pepe DeLuna kicks the ball in, but that ball is poked out by Aditya Sanas for Skyline on defense. So Aiden Wicko will get the ball in for the Vikings deep in Skyline territory. They get the ball across the field, and a nice shot attempt, and in the net. Great shot by the Vikings, and great field view.
Signal.
Avmarov tries it, but he kicks the ball out or has the ball poked out, and the Vikings will take possession near midfield. Ball is kicked out by the Vikings on that side, and so Skyline will take over and get to set up an offense on their side. A lot of shot attempts by the Vikings today. We've only seen maybe 3 or 4 by Skyline. Nice passing by the Vikings. Little defense there, but the ball is kicked deep in Skyline's territory, headed out by Hudson Moore. And Skyline still has it deep in their own territory, but they have control. Eddie Nee and Austin Shepard back and forth. And now Colin McKenna has control of the ball. He's waiting for some help up the front. Sanis. Back to McKenna. Over to Chen. Who gets the ball deep to Hudson Moore. On the right side. And it looks like the ball is tapped out by Shepard. Turnover, and the Vikings will get the ball back. Goalie is looking for his team to just move downfield, as he's going to try to kick it out according to the coaching staff. Sanis is able to get the ball back. Jackie Chen back to Sanis. Gets the ball into Austin Shepard. Shepard doing some dancing. Gets the ball centered. And the ball is loose deep. Right in the center of the goal. And nobody collapsing on the ball. The goalie finally is able to pick the ball around. And Skyline with a golden opportunity missed. But great job in getting the ball out and centered by Austin Shepard. Vikings deep in their own territory. We're winding down on the first half. Ball is kicked deep, and Hudson Moore's there to get the ball over to Cyrus Kaili for Skyline. And a turnover deep in Skyline's territory. Another shot on goal. Just missed right by one goal to show for it.
Skyline with the throw in.
Misplay, and the ball is centered out again to Peck, who can't catch up to it. He circles around and kicks the ball down. Looking to center are the Vikings. They can't get it centered without Skyline getting in the way. But they still have control of the ball. Looks like there might have been a trip by Maxwell Grenham, and they called a trip actually on maybe giving Skyline another chance at the goal if they can get the ball into Viking territory. Avmarov, header. Skyline kicking the ball deep in their own territory. And Malloy will kick the ball out for Skyline, gets the ball to midfield. Vikings still have possession. There's a battle for Cyrus Geely out there. Jackie Chin. Missed pass over to Cyrus Gihili, and that is out by Skyline. That will be a throw in by the Vikings. Nice pass by the Vikings, but misplay, and the ball is kicked deep into Viking territory. Clock is stopped as we are not sure when. The halftime clock will stop. In high school, they stop the clock at 2 minutes, and then from then on, the clock is held at the field by the officials. So Skyline will take over just on their side of midfield. Everyone's upfield for Skyline, even Hudson Moore. Kick by Caleb Trong is bouncing around deep in the Viking territory. And they're able to poke it around and get it out to midfield. Great job by the Vikings. And Hudson Moore pokes the ball out, and he's going to get red carded. Of course, they want the players to have, they want everyone to play safely. So Hudson Moore, although good job getting, keeping the score, keeping the scoring opportunity out, he gets red carded, and he is coming out. I don't know who the sub for him will be. So the Vikings will get not a penalty kick, but a pretty close, as they will get a chance to counting players, make sure everyone's within their numbers. Branham is going to come up and maybe help out on the wings in case they decide to go that way. Malloy sets up on the left side of the goal as the Skyline blockers are kind of on the right side. The Luna kicks the ball in and over and left of the goal. I'm not sure if that was intentional or if it was just a miss, but the Luna poking the ball out.
Sun's back out again.
Can he get it over the defenders, or is he going to go to the side? I'm guessing he's going to try to go over on a light poke, but that will give the goalie a little bit more of a shot at it. So Colin McKenna gets the whistle. He pokes it over and a little bit too hard, too much foot, and that will be the end of the half. Skyline 1, Kitsap won. Hard fought game on both sides. Kitsap really doing a great job on their shots on goal. The ball has been in the skyline half of the field for a majority of the game. Skyline getting some good shots and a quality penalty kick, but that's really been overshadowed by the number of shots on goal by the Vikings, who really seem to be in control of the game this game, except considering that they have only one goal to show for it, a nice strong goal on a pass in, where no one is on the half to defend. So we will go to halftime, and halftime, I'm not sure how long halftime will be, but we will be back after halftime. And signing off for now. We'll see you back soon. All right, we're back. Skyline gets possession of the ball. And we are in play. Skyline. The ball deep into Vikings territory. A miss by Eddie Nee, and Vikings get it out, but they can't get it out. Still possession maintained. Colin McKenna over to Chen. Back to Sanas, who will kick it into the goalie, who pokes it out. Skyline still struggling to get the ball and some offense going out of their own end. McKenna able to finally get the ball passed out to Avmarov. Uh-oh! And a mislead. Shepard able to pick up on that one and kick it, and that ball just kind of wobbled around off his foot and missed left. So missed opportunity by Shepard. Ball deep in the Viking territory. Now past the midfield line. Kept in by Skyline. Skyline still maintains possession. Chen misses it, but the ball gets back into Sanas' space, and the Vikings poke the ball out to stop the offensive Skyline, but they will still have to bring the ball in from the far side. Red card on, latest news of course is red card on Hudson Moore, which means he will be out the rest of today's game and the next game, sadly.
The next one too?
That's the rules, and that's why we want to take a look and see if he poked the ball, it got to the ball first, or if it was an outright trip. So, Skyline loses the ball. Vikings get the ball in. Logan Anderson controlling. He gets the ball on the wing over to Jagodsitsky. Sorry about the pronunciation there for those who have his name. Vikings deep in Skyline territory with an offense centering pass, and that is way out, possibly carried by the wind by Logan Anderson, as the wind is from the south pretty strongly. Skyline's going to be struggling to get the ball in the net as the balls are really knuckleballing toward the south end of the field. Skyline with possession. McKenna tripped up, but the ball, Vikings are able to poke the ball out across midfield. Austin Shepard just hauling to catch up, but the Vikings have the ball now deep into Skyline's territory, but missed pass, and Sanis is able to get it out to midfield. Sanis to Kadura, and number 14, Skyline. Do I have that one? Something happened deep in Vikings territory. Do we have a replay on that one?
No, we don't.
I'd like to see what I missed. 14 Skyline. I don't have a 14 unless that's Danish Syed, who is on the JV team. That's freshman. Skyline will get a chance at a goal kick for a foul the Vikings committed deep in their territory, in their own territory. Colin McKenna again on point with this try. Kicks the ball and blocked by the goalie. Great block by the goalie. And the ball is kicked out by the Vikings to get rid of that threat. The ball was right on target by McKenna, but right at the goalie, who got his arms up right before it hit him in the face. Chen gets the ball in for Skyline, and poked out again by the Vikings, held back in their side, in the Viking side by Skyline. Vikings take over on a missed pass, and the goalie Malloy will come out for Skyline and get the ball. So two great chances by Skyline, and we're unable to convert deep in Viking territory. Vikings take over control of the ball from Skyline, trying to get it deep. McKenna, eyes on the ball all the time. Skyline poking the ball in, but Vikings able to get it out. Sabari into Lopez deep. Nice passing. And onto the side of the goal. Pepe de Luna misses into the side of the net. And that was an offsides, so that wouldn't have counted either way. But nice passing again and getting the ball in deep by the Vikings. Really showing some strength here. Penalty or foul on the Vikings, giving Skyline the ball into the Viking territory. Caleb Strong back in for Skyline. Tyler Williams getting the ball in deep. And nice passing deep, Shepherd. Knee. Ball's in the center of the court field. And nice shot by Knee on goal into the goalie's arms, but another great opportunity, Skyline. In order to slow down the threat by the Vikings, Williams pokes the ball out, and the Vikings will take control and pass in. No, that's Ethan Peck. Strong forward by the Vikings. Knee onto the side for number 14, which I've got to put his name in. The freshman for Skyline. Pass in as it was out by Skyline, centering and deep, and Tyler Williams will send the ball over the back of the net. And Skyline gets the ball back. Kicked out by Strong. Vikings able to get the ball back in, and there was a big push and no call.
Another big push with no call.
Get up. Vikings deep in the territory, and nice deflection by Thomas Malloy. Shot was right on the upper shelf right goal. From the block by Malloy. Great goalkeeping. Peck centers. Headed by Trong, and Skyline's able to get it out. But right there was Aaron Lopez, and he took another shot on goal, and that one sails high at the crossbar. The Vikings putting on the pressure. Vikings able to keep the ball in their side, the Skyline side of the field. Turnover again, gets the ball to McKenna. McKenna passes out front, but can't get it out to Shepard. Vikings setting up some offense. Fancy footwork by Harper Sabari.
What happened?
And it looks like there was a hold, perhaps a makeup call for some of the things that weren't called on Skyline earlier. Turnover by Skyline as the freshman number 14, Danesh Syed, ball deep in, this time deep in the Viking territory. Skyline trying to get something going. I was talking to one of the parents at halftime, and it looks like Skyline is missing several of their starters, and that's why we have a little bit more bench work today.
And they're able to
10 minutes
poke it
gone into the second
around
half.
and get it out to
Ball is thrown in.
midfield.
Skyline trying to keep it in. Eddie Nee giving it a nice try to run the ball down before the ball goes out on Skyline. So the goalie for the Vikings will set up shop and looking for someone to get the ball to. Looks like Kadua, he's looking over that direction, but no. He goes midfield to Luna, unable to hang on to it. Skyline turnover, gets the ball. Chen. Jagodzinski.
And back to the goalie.
Good job by Skyline to keep that ball out and deep in the Viking territory. Knee. Shepard gets his feet on it and is able to keep possession of the ball. And Skyline maintains the possession deep in Viking territory as called by the side judge. But he's deferring to the field judge who says it's Viking ball.
And
Reversal
they're
of the
able
ball.
to poke it around.
Vikings getting the ball out to midfield.
Get it out
Nice
to
passing.
midfield.
And the ball is in
Great
deep.
job
Malloy will
by
come out for Skyline
the
and get that
Vikings.
ball. He sends it over to
And
Sauce.
Hudson Moore
Left wing, but intercepted by the Vikings
pokes the
deep
ball
in Skyline territory. Ball is shot on goal and just wide again. Another shot on goal by the Vikings. This time by Aaron Lopez. Strong gets the ball out by Skyline and poked out by Ethan Peck. So Skyline will take the ball back and throw it in on the near side. Samuel Avmarov gets the ball in, looking for knee, but able to get poked out by the Vikings. And Caleb Trong content with getting the ball out and making that a throw in deep in the Skyline territory. So good time for setups for the Vikings. Looks like there is a substitution on the Viking side. Number 3, Gavin Rogers comes in. So corner kick, it looks like, by Aaron Lopez. No one's setting up in the goal box for the Vikings other than that number 3, Gavin Rogers, who's standing right next to Malloy, the Skyline goalie. By Skyline, Colin McKenna on the pass, but he leaves himself too far and missed tackle by number 8 on the Vikings, who's down. So offense downfield. Score is still tied at 1. Hard fought game by both sides. 20 minutes in. Second half. Ball is kicked in deep by Saunas, but the Vikings able to get the ball out, and it's a foot race to the ball. Chen ends up winning and gets the ball up. Poked out by Lopez. Or is that Lopez? That was Lopez. And Skyline will maintain possession. Avmarov. Looking over the field. Gets the ball in. Headed by Mason. A lot of pushing going on down front with McKenna involved. Skyline able to get the ball in deep, but is picked up by the goalie. He throws it out quickly to Ethan Peck on the left wing. Over to Mason. Back to Morin. Skyline intercepts the passing game going on by the Vikings, and on the poke out by Kahili. Do I have that right? Kalili. Clouds rolling back in. Light mist is starting to come in. Again, wind is still out of the south. Offense by the Vikings. Pass in deep, and Malloy comes way out of the goal to get that as the Vikings threaten yet again. Great passing down deep by North Kitsap. Poke out, and that ball is kicked out by Luke Froman, senior. Vikings quickly get the ball back in, but Sanis is there. Over to Syed, who does try some trickery but ends up kicking it out, and the Vikings will take over. Oh, big kick by Ethan Peck down low, down deep. And Skyline able to get the head on it as well. Morin down deep is able to keep the ball in, and ball is still controlled by the Vikings. They kick the ball to their goalie to try to get something set up offensively while they have the ball. Cyrus Kaili gets the ball in, and shot on goal by Tyler Williams misses high as he has to get the ball out quickly before the defender catches up to him. So we have a shot on goal by Skyline. Not a lot of shots on goal by Skyline today. Crossfield kick by the Vikings, number 8, Morin. But Skyline able to take over. Syed gets the ball in deep to Cyrus Kaili, who takes a shot, and it goes wide over the post, right over the crossbar. Khalili with a nice attempt and shot. Great job to get that ball in coming off the bench. Cyrus Khalili, a freshman midfielder for Skyline. Vikings goalie setting up. He kicks it over to Gavin Rogers. Picked up by McKenna, who gets the ball and shoots on goal right at the goalie. McKenna giving Skyline some breath here as we are deep into the second half. Vikings taking control of the ball at midfield. Mason gets the ball in deep. It's another foot race. Syed all over the field for Skyline. And he lets the ball out in the center, trying to kick it wide. Taken over by DeLuna. Oh, and a big block that was kicked, headed out by the Vikings, or if that was a penalty, but that looked brutal. Brutal hit on Syed. So Syed will go out on the left wing by, of course, Malloy, who's done a great job today keeping the ball out of the net. One key block for sure keeps the score tied. Ball kept in deep by the Vikings, and Malloy again grabs the ball out of the air outside of the goalie box. So we have possession back over to Skyline. It's going to be hard for any kind of deep kicks with the wind the way it is, blowing right in their face. Nice backward pass, and nice goal by the Vikings. What a great behind the back pass and goal by Pepe DeLuna on the assist by William Mosley, I think. Beautiful pass and great goal by the Vikings to break the tie. Vikings 2, Skyline 1. 11:35 left in regulation. McKenna gets the ball in, but can't get the pass over to Williams. Skyline loses the ball and poked out by Trong to keep the Viking offense from running down the field. Again, the Vikings will bring the ball in on the near side. Ethan Peck to Mason. And looks like he might have brought the pass in before the ref gave the okay. So turnover, Skyline. Avmarov gets the ball in to him, over to McKenna, who's pushed hard. And turnover again. Not sure what that push was all about. There's no need for that kind of aggression when you're really in control of the game. So it looks like there's some substitutions for the Vikings. And kick is up by Trong. He's able to center it. Skyline able to keep it in. Right there! Goal is waved off on the offsides. I don't know if I saw the offsides. Yep. Offsides. On the replay. Great job on the replay. Vikings take over. They kick the ball deep. Their balls are going very far with the wind. Ball is out on the Vikings, so Skyline taking over. Avmarov gets the ball in. And the goalie comes out for the Vikings as the ball's in deep but not rolling too quickly, and no one on the Skyline side is available to pick up that pass. Intercepted again by Austin Shepard, who's also been all over the field today. Syed able to center the ball over to Tyler Williams, who can't get the ball in. Williams still helping out. Chen also able to keep the ball in. He gets the ball on the wing to knee over to Chen. No call. The ball is kicked out by the Vikings, but kept in by Sanis, who kicks the ball at the goalie, who wraps up the ball and falls on the ground dramatically. Goalie's able to get the ball out far, far, far for Skyline. Sanis gets the ball to Syed. Chen to knee. Over to Avmarov. And Vikings are able to kick the ball into the goalie, who gets the ball out far again as they have the wind with them. Malloy able to get his hands on the ball and get the ball out. McKenna. Sanis. McKenna. Sun's back out. Malloy gets it out to someone on to the wingman Truong. Vikings able to keep it in, and Gavin Rogers able to get a shot that hits Avmarov and bounces off of him. So that will be a corner kick for the Vikings. Deep into the game, and corner kick for the Vikings, who lead Skyline 2-1 with 6:20 in regulation. And we have our first advertisement of the game. Number 7, Aaron Lopez will kick the ball in for the Vikings. They choose not to kick it at all, but poke it to try to catch Skyline off guard. But Skyline's able to get the ball out quickly. Looks like an offsides by the Vikings, as they were able to keep the ball in, and Skyline will take over on the turnover. Trong waiting for Skyline to get downfield before he takes a kick. Probably shouldn't get down too far with the wind the way it is. Trong gets the ball into a crowd of fielders. Lopez able to get control for the Vikings, and then Lopez pushed Trong down, and so Skyline will take over. No need for Skyline to get that far down. I don't think the ball's going to go that far, although I guess it's possible. Trong gets the ball in deep. Syed and Chen are there for Skyline. Back to Trong, who's at midfield. Trong gets the ball in, but is headed out by Brian Montes de Coca, who's checked in for the Vikings. Skyline passing the ball around nicely. Chen, now knee, takes a shot on goal as there was no one down low for him to pass to. It looked like Shepard might have been in the area, but he took a nice poke and it missed wide right. So another shot on goal by Skyline. That's good to see. Ball is kicked way downfield, and Ethan Peck is able to pick up on it. And he misses wide left. I don't know if Malloy got a hand on it or not, but way down the field, a nice with the wind pass gave Peck a nice shot on goal there. Vikings still threatening by keeping the ball in and possession. Ball is out on the Vikings though, and so they lose it on a turnover. Quick pass in by Syed. McKenna has a man on him. Gets the ball in, but it's picked up by the Vikings quickly. And they maintain possession. Knee all over Sebastian Morin. Syed picks up on the loose ball, is able to get the ball in, but the Vikings are able to get a foot on it and try to deflect it out. Skyline keeps the ball in their territory, though, in the Viking territory. McKenna passed deep into Viking territory. McKenna trying to get the ball in low, can't get the pass into Shepard. Poked out by Skyline, and turnover, and the ball will be kicked out of the goal by the Viking goalie who has the wind with him. Chen, knee. Shepard back out to knee on the wing. Shepard, a little bit too hard. Nice passing by Skyline. Chen still has control of the ball. Over to Sunnis. Syed loses the ball to the Vikings, who kick it downfield to Lopez, who loses the ball. Strong will get it back over to Sunnis. Chen to Syed, who kicks the ball out, and Viking ball at midfield. Substitutions for the Vikings. Let's see who came in. Throw in goes right to Sunnis.
Clock is almost out.
Poke checked out to, or poked out by the Vikings. And we are within the 2-minute area where the timing is being kept on the field. Skyline gets the ball in deep to knee. Knee tries to get a centering pass in. Nice header by Avmarov. Can't get it to go the correct way. McKenna in center, and he can't make it. Great centering pass by McKenna, but nobody in Skyline was able to pick up on it, and the ball is kicked out by the goalie. Gavin Rogers. No, won't be Gavin Rogers. It will be Brian Montes de Oca taking the ball in for the Vikings, and they can't. And the ball's poked out and in Viking territory. Ball sails far on that kick by Harper Sabari, and Skyline will get the ball with nary time left, and that wind has just really picked up again. Syed will bring the ball in for Skyline, gets the ball to Sanas, and that's game. So, North Kitsap, hard-fought win and great offense by the Vikings. Skyline fought really hard considering they are missing some key players today. We want to thank Skylar Ince for coming down today with the awesome camera work and video. Apologies again for our lack of internet connectivity. Hope you all are able to enjoy the game, if not now, maybe later.
You can check out Hudson's red card to see what happened there.
All right. So replay. Anyway, so Skyline again, tough loss away for the first game of the season. Hudson Moore's red card.
Looks like he got the ball first.
It looks like he got the ball first. So there may be some review by the officials and see if perhaps he will not have to play to serve the next game on the bench. I know the Skyline was short several players today, according to some of the Skyline parents. But again, great hard-fought game by both sides. Skyline he typically has the ball deeper in the defender's territory more often, and we hope to see that change later on in the season as the season goes on. But again, both teams playing hard, low-scoring game. Not sure if the weather was a factor, but definitely at the end of the game, the wind picked up and really hard for Skyline to get the ball down the field with the wind against them. So we head home with our first loss of the season, and great job again by Skyline. We'll be seeing them again Monday evening. I think the game is at 7:15 in Tahoma. I think we're visiting Tahoma again. So we'll see you on Monday evening, I believe around 7 or 8. Thanks again for joining, and we will see you hopefully with better internet next time. And great to see you all joining us for the next chapter in spring sports for Skyline. Signing off for now. Thank you from Kitsap, North Kitsap High School Stadium. Take care, everyone. Bye.